Good morning and welcome to the Franchise Minute. I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist. Today's show is on budget and on time. And we've got two very special guests. We have franchise founder JD Mason and Bruce Sadowski with Brand One in franchise development. Welcome, gentlemen. So delighted to have you here.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, JD, start us off and share with the audience, how in the world did you happen to come, found a painting franchise?
Yeah, thank you. First off, for having us here today, and appreciate Bruce letting me also tag along with him as well. I've actually been around the paint industry my whole life. My dad has spent the past 45 years, working for the Sherwin-Williams Corporation. And so
Wow.
I grew up going to paint stores and, picking my favorite color as a kid and all of those kind of things. And was fortunate enough to start working there at 16 years of age as well, and spent 12 years in the Sherwin-Williams Corporation. And
Wow.
then worked, and so got a really good foundation of the paint industry from that perspective. And then I was also fortunate enough to spend a couple of years with another painting franchise concept where I trained their new franchisees and also ran their corporate location. And so that's where we came to start. And we've been in business 9 years now. And so it's been really awesome opportunity to continue to grow and help support our franchise partners.
Well, I tell you what, JD, you literally grew up in the business. I believe you have paint coursing through your veins.
Yeah, probably sniffed too many paint fumes at this point, but it's been a good business. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start you off with a tough question. JD, there are a number of paint franchises out there. Help the audience understand what is, so unique and different about Paint EZ.
Yeah, no, thank you for that question. And you are right. There are other franchise concepts as well as a lot of just localized competition. And what we do is really utilize technology to differentiate from our competitors. The number one reason that somebody does not move forward with a painting project is color paralysis. And so we have an AI color tool that we can actually take a picture of their space or their home and help them go through the color selection process live in time. And that really helps them visualize what their home or their space is going to look like. And
so
then
they can see it on the screen. This is what your actual house, the interior or exterior, would look like with this color.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's try this color, or let's try this color. Wow.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So huge differentiator there. And then we're finding that homeowners are getting younger and younger. And we're also in a world where it's kind of a world of convenience, Amazon, instant gratification.
Right.
And so we're excited to be releasing an instant quote tool where somebody can visit our website or via our ads, actually get a quote without even somebody coming out to their house. And so it's all AI driven and will help them. It would be just as accurate of a quote as if we were there in person with them as well. So awesome technology pieces that we're using to differentiate.
Now, I've not heard of that. That is a big differentiator from what I've seen as a franchise advisor and for 20 years. That is big, how you're integrating technology throughout your entire operation, in your systems, and even in your marketing, advertising, and estimating. Amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you. And that's where we really saw a lack in the marketplace, was just the use of technology and really reaching the younger demographic of homeowners that are actually one of our most active buyers of services at this point. And so we're really trying to cater to that generation as well.
Well, Bruce, thank you for that answer, JD. And Bruce, let's bring you into the conversation.
Sure.
You helped JD recruit new franchisees. What kind of background or what is it that you're looking for in someone to be a new owner with Paint EZ?
Great question, Anna. Thank you so much. In home services, customer service is the key. So we're obviously looking for someone that can interact with customers in a very positive way. Sales background will be very helpful. But with that aside, we've from day one, we looked for a certain candidate. High values and being coachable are really all we need. If they have high values and they're coachable, we'll make sure they're successful. And that's all we need to have someone to step into the business. JD, would you expand on that?
Yeah, no, thank you, Bruce. The nice thing, our business and the model that we have set up, you don't have to have paint industry experience. Um, all of our partners at this point have come from outside the industry and have been able to
Interesting.
find success with following the systems and processes laid in place. One of our most successful partners came from a partner management channel within corporate. He had zero sales experience, really hadn't had management of people experience, but has become very, very successful over the years of just following the system.
Wow, that's a tremendous tribute to the processes and systems and training and support that you provide your franchisees when someone with zero painting experience, no sales experience, and frankly, no management experience comes in and can be successful. That's tremendous. That really is. That's the power of the franchise business model. And you're a wonderful example of that.
Absolutely.
Well, Bruce, I'd love for you to expound on how is an owner spending his or her time on a daily basis? Like, what are they doing?
Anna, there are two models we have in our business. Number one is the owner-operator model, where the owner does everything from soup to nuts. The other model is if they manage a manager, they keep their full-time job, hire someone to run the business for them, and there are two different models. So in the first model, the owner-operator, they'll be doing things like marketing, sales, production management. They'll be working on some commercial bids and production management as well. They'll spend time working on financials, administrative duties, and don't be afraid of those 6 buckets. If you're great at 3 and not great at the other 3, we'll coach you to be great at those other 3. So whatever you're great at, we'll make sure we'll keep those strong for you. But whatever you're not great at, we'll get you there. The other model where you manage the manager, you can spend 15, 20 hours a week, evenings and weekends, managing that manager, managing that salesperson, managing the person that really is running your business. And we'll also help you hire that person from the beginning. We'll interview them first. We'll go through a list of 20, 30 candidates, find the top 5, and give them to the franchise owner to pick the best candidate they feel they see fit. JD, anything I missed there?
I think the biggest thing, Bruce, is that it can be even a hybrid of the two, that we have owner operators that have started building a staff and are going to more of a manager ran business at this point as well. So regardless if you start as an owner operator or as a manager run business, it can be flexible to the way that you want that business to be. We have the ability to contour those systems to whatever fits what your lifestyle wants to be as well.
Wow, very flexible. So really there's owner operator where you're working full-time in the business, or there's manage the manager where you can keep a day job, or you can kind of do a hybrid where you grow your business to the point where it can be manager run and you have a less active role. That's fantastic. And this just reinforces what you started off by saying, JD, that this is a franchisee first franchise. That's really wonderful.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you mentioned about helping to find a manager for your franchisees. That sets me up to ask you, Bruce, a question. I'm sure one of the things I hear as a franchise candidate, and I'm sure that you hear in franchise development, is everybody says good workers are hard to find. And with your business model with Paint Easy, you use subcontractors, right? So you would use painters who actually do the work. So what do you have to say when people say good subcontractors are hard to find?
I hear that question every day. And, the contractors are easy to find. Go to any paint store, stand there for a few hours, and they just walk in by you in droves. But the real question I hear is, how do you retain them? How do you retain your staff, your subcontractors? And that to me has not been a problem. I've been in the industry for 18 years. It's not been a problem for a few reasons. If you're a franchise owner and you treat your staff properly, pay them on time, treat them with respect, they're going to look forward to getting out of bed in the morning, coming to work for you. It's when you don't treat them well that they don't stay around for a while. But if you can give them a steady flow of work and they know what's coming from you consistently, they'll come to work with that security of work, steady workflow, and they'll never leave you. That's what my experience has been.
Excellent point.
I would like to jump on that as well and say that
Yeah.
that's one of the differences too with us is having worked for Sherwin-Williams and worked directly with subcontractors from that standpoint. We look at it a little differently on they're just not laborers there to work for the day. We're looking at
Mhm.
this from the standpoint of how can we help them grow their business as well while they're helping us grow our businesses too. And so we're looking at it usually from a different standpoint. And as Bruce said, if you take good care of these individuals, make sure they're paid on time, they'll want to stick with us long term as well.
That's such a, you know, basic professional way to operate a business is pay your people on time, treat them with respect.
Right.
And it's not, I mean, it isn't, it's not going to be hard to keep them long term because customer service is pretty much out the window for most businesses these days. So I love that.
Anna, as a rule, painters don't love marketing. They don't love selling. They don't love estimating.
Right.
They love to go to work, treat their customers well, and get paid a fair wage. We take away the estimating, the selling, and the marketing for them, let them do what they love.
Right. And so that kind of helps speak to, the role of the owner. Like you said, the owner doesn't, what you shared with me previously is the owner doesn't pick up a paintbrush. The owner doesn't climb a ladder. That's not the role of the owner. The owner is a business owner. He or she executes the business plan, the marketing plan, leads the team, pays bills on time, and that sort of thing. Right.
Exactly.
All right.
100%.
Fantastic. Well, a final question for you, JD, is if there is one main takeaway you want the audience to have about Paint EZ, what would that be?
I appreciate that question. When we talk about our franchisees, we actually don't refer to them as franchisees. We call them partners. We truly value them as partners and consider it a family atmosphere. It's amazing how well everyone gets along and is trying to help build up each other and their businesses. And that's part of the culture that we have here and that we're looking to have long term as we continue to grow. Outside of that, we have systems and processes that have been proven for the last 9 years as a company. And we're able to take those individuals that do not have industry experience and plug them in and help them be successful long term. And so, those who are driven and looking for that opportunity to be part of the family atmosphere, this is a great place for them.
It does sound like a great place to be. Bruce, you have a way of describing Paint EZ. What's that phrase?
Franchisee first, technology forward.
Right. Explain that a little bit.
Our focus is always around the franchisee. Whatever works for them works for us. We make sure that they put a good business together. We work with them on business planning, make sure that every decision we make on corporate has them in mind, their best interest. And technology forward, our COO spends his days looking into technological advances that he can incorporate into our business. It's just who we are. We hear it every day. Franchisee first, technology forward. The support is there.
I love it. I love it. And it validates well with your current franchisees. That's tremendous.
Really.
Well, gentlemen, we are out of time. Thank you tremendously for being here. It's very insightful. I mean, most people think painting, how complicated could that be? But you've got AI, you've got all this sophisticated technology. And you've got a wonderful culture. So thank you for sharing that with my audience. I know they're very appreciative of that. Thank you. This is JD Mason, the founder of Paint EZ, and Bruce Sadowski with Brand One. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Anna.
Hey, if someone wants to learn more about Paint EZ, what should they do, Bruce?
Anna, I've known you for quite a long time now. I know that you work well with your candidates and put them where you think they belong best. If they'd like to get in touch with me, they should go through you first. Just let you know that they have an interest in it, and you'll take care of them the way you always do.
Absolutely. I match people to their interests, their skills. I call it their wallet, their goals, the role they want to play in the business, and then look for territory availability and match them to wonderful franchises like Paint EZ. So thank you so much, gentlemen. And audience, thank you for being here. I appreciate your attendance. I know you've learned a lot about Paint EZ, and be sure to come back next week. We've got a very interesting franchise that focuses specifically on the very lucrative senior demographic. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist. See you next Wednesday at 11:30 Eastern.
Thanks, Anna. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you,
Bye,
Anna.
guys.